Wait, John Rowe.
The topic of the
Wait, John,
together and
we should do a
honestly I'm excited.
Wait, John. Wait, John Rowe. We should do a podcast.
The topic of the podcast together and honestly I'm excited.
G'day, dorks, and welcome into Lords of Dorktown, a podcast all about anime, cartoons, and video games. I'm your host, Philip, and the dork joining me tonight is none other than the cartoon cunt himself. It's Tyson!
G'day, mate.
Fucking came into that one with a weird energy.
Yeah, I know, hey. Oh, it's been a while since
man.
I've been in the studio. How you been?
Pretty good, man. It's been a big week for me. $10 buckets of popcorn chicken are back at KFC, so
Oh, I know.
cholesterol's up. It's looking good.
Yeah, I've been like hitting the gym lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I have
In case
not.
you can't tell.
I can't, but it's fine.
Yeah, and I've been trying to eat well.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's so hard because I fucking love popcorn chicken.
Oh, it's so good, man. Like, I've determined to, like, I've set myself a mission, and it's to find the cure for depression in the bottom of a KFC bucket.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
I
One bucket at a time.
I used to fantasize about being like a millionaire as a kid and like going to KFC and getting one of the big buckets full
It's
of
the best
popcorn
feeling.
chicken. Like,
A $10 bucket of popcorn chicken is like
yeah, I want
the best amount of popcorn
I want
chicken.
to ask for like one of those big buckets though, and like
And just fill it. Oh,
yeah,
fuck the dream.
yeah.
I've recently started doing a thing which I'm almost ashamed of, but kind of not. Where from now on, if I'm ordering like fried chicken, just your standard original recipe at KFC, I'll just ask for the pieces I want.
Yeah, that's what I've always done.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah, I'm like thighs.
Yeah,
thanks.
that's all I want.
Fuck the breasts off.
I want 7 thighs, please.
Yeah, they get a bit
chuck
shitty when it's
chuck one drummy in there for the
yeah,
measure.
I'm like, yeah, I'll mix in drumsticks if like they're starting to get shitty. But yeah, fuck it, I want the thighs,
oh,
man.
it's the best bit. Oh,
You're only just discovering that?
yeah, literally, because I didn't know that was a thing until I was ordered KFC. Was
No, the
like,
customer's always right, bro. You go in there and you say, this is what I want.
I just
Give
felt
me
like
them thighs.
I kind of feel like a dick doing it, but also I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I want thighs.
Yeah. well, fuck.
Best chicken.
Yeah. Please sponsor us, KFC. That'd be nice.
The dream. I've actually, we should probably talk about this off pod, but fuck it. I reached out to, if I need to edit this out, I will, but I reached out to a body pillow company that make anime body pillows just to be like, come on, guys, fucking
That would be the
collab of the
best.
century.
Yes.
Fucking hit us up, dorks, if you would buy a body pillow that was sponsored by this podcast.
Yeah. And then they'll do special ones that look like us.
Fuck. The
Because
triple
you already
XL
have the neck beard
yeah.
look to you, man. They just pop a fedora on and you're fucking...
Chuck a few chicken tendies in my fingies. That's fucking great. Man, but this is the first episode of March, a Memory, a Madness.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, March Memory Madness, this whole month of March, we are kicking it old school. We have picked some of the biggest topics of nostalgia anime, I would say.
Yeah.
Basically, everything on our list is also a Cheese TV series, so we're hitting 2 birds with 1 stone here.
That's anti-animal language. Peter's not about that. It's feeding 2 birds with 1 scone.
Oh, I fucking hate that. What are they going to come for next? We're not here to fuck spiders. No, we're not here to pleasure spiders and then let them go afterwards. I fucking hate that so much.
What? Feed 2 birds with 1 scone?
Yeah, because, like, no.
Yeah, how you've thought of the bird's feelings, though?
Yeah, but...
What
Scone.
happens if the birds hear us say that?
No, we're debating about the wrong thing already. Fucking hell. So to kick off March Memory Madness, we are doing a great debate. We're doing the greatest debate. I have a little intro lined up. You excited?
I'm so excited.
Let's do it. Debating has existed since the dawn of human thought. From ancient Greece to modern-day political races, debate has been used to settle arguments and give the gift of creative thinking to the masses. Some of the greatest debates are described as battles of wit and intelligence, more thrilling than brutish men swinging sharpened steel towards one another. Today is no different. Two titans who are neither qualified nor experienced in debate square off to argue one of the most hotly contested issues plaguing society as a whole. Is Yu-Gi-Oh! GX better than the original?
It's time to
Debate.
Oh, fuck, man. Oh.
I'm all hot and sweaty from that one.
Jesus. Fuck. You surprised me. You take your...
Thank you. I'm just going to take a victory lap after that one, I reckon.
Man, it's good to know.
time to
Debate.
I love that.
So good.
Best.
So, as you are arguing for I'm arguing for the affirmative, saying that Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is better than the original. You are arguing for the negative, saying that OG is better than GX.
Yeah, I'm the logical side.
Sure. Do you want to kick things off, considering yours is the OG?
But you're the...
I know, but it just feels right for you to go first.
No, you have to go first.
I have to go first?
Yes.
It feels weird starting with GX. But anyway, we'll start with GX.
Chilling out with the crew in the schoolyard, finding trouble, never looking too hard. Well, back at class, they never taught us this. Some things you gotta learn in this. Tough times, hard climbs, we'll take them on together. Right now, let's go! Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Generation X. Game on, catch the game on. Come on, you better play your cards right. Game on, catch the game on. We'll make the grade and win the fight. We'll make the grade somehow. Yeah! Game on, catch the game on. Come on, you better play your cards right. Come on and get your game on.
So Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, in my opinion, the superior Yu-Gi-Oh! Between the OG and GX. I think GX is better. And I'm going to argue a few points, but mainly the thing I want to talk about is growth and change. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is a journey of growth and change, taking place 10 years after the events of Yu-Gi-Oh! A young Jaden is on his way to Duel Academy, running late, when he happens to bump into none other than Yugi-Moto. Seeing the potential in young Jaden's eyes, Yugi-Moto gives him the gift of Winged Karibo. This chance encounter spirals Jaden into the world of duel monsters. End of Duel Academy. Now, it's a bit of a different pace from Yu-Gi-Oh! The original. I'm just going to call it the OG from now on. The original is this kind of adventure action thriller with this backdrop of ancient Egyptian mythology, which is cool. But GX has something a little bit extra because it's set in a school and the first season's like this slice of life comedy based around dueling. It kind of hits a lot softer in the first season, and by far the first season is the worst season of GX. By far, with every season afterwards gaining in momentum and pace and character development. I really want to emphasize with GX that the things that it brings to the table are growth, change, and development. So Jaden Yugi, our protagonist, he starts off as this very bro-y, laid-back, couldn't really care guy, and that's season 1. And by season 3, he is this broken, PTSD suffering, emotionally drained human being that only wants to save his friends. And there's this whole plot line that happens throughout season 2 and 3 where Jaden is feeling he's feeling the pressure of always being picked as the hero, of everyone relying on him. And it's an angle that we don't see taken with a lot of these animes, especially animes directed at kids. The hero is always the hero and he never falters. And we see Jaden falter in this. And I think it's a big a big thing for a show like this to show weakness in the protag, especially weakness on an emotional level. So for emotional development and being able to, for kids struggling, it's something that they can, latch onto. This gives relatable, believable characters. But there is a but. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and Yu-Gi-Oh! OG are both victims of 4Kids. They're both victims of the distribution company 4Kids who handled the English dub. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is missing about 150 episodes of dub that have never been dubbed. So a lot of the more in-depth storyline can only be found in the sub. So I watched a bit of subbed, and the changes that happen in the sub to the dub are phenomenal. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX subbed is a very more adult, very more real, and very more sinister show, with Jaden Yugi actually having a whole storyline where he is possessed by a mass murdering war criminal genocidal maniac. So yeah, there's a lot to Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, and I think my closing statement for this kind of synopsis will be Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is more than a show about dueling. It's a show about people. Floor's yours, Tyson.
Okay, rightio.
Let's do it.
It's time to duel!
Wow. Let that just sink in a little bit.
I mean, we're not taking score here, but I'm just going to put a little tick against the original because that is a slapping intro.
Oh, I know, man. Like, sure, GX is like fun and sing along, but that invokes the idea of mystery. It gets the intrigue flowing. It really sets the tone for this amazing series, which tells a tale of young Yugi Moto, a timid young boy who loves all sorts of games. He's often bullied. One day, sitting around, he solves the ancient puzzle known as the Millennium Puzzle, causing his body to host a mysterious spirit with the personality of a gambler. From that moment onwards, whenever Yugi or the rest of his friends are threatened by those with darkness in their heart, this other Yugi shows himself and challenges all dangers to the shadow games, which reveal the true nature of someone's heart. The loser of these contests often being subjected to a dark punishment, the penalty games. Whether it be cards, dice, role-playing board games, he will take the challenge for anyone, anywhere. As the series progresses, Yugi and his friends learn that this person inside of the puzzle is actually the spirit of a nameless pharaoh from ancient Egyptian times who lost his memories. Amazing. So amazing. That, I really do think that sets the tone so well for this. Yeah, like it's a bit of mystery. It's you got this whole ties to ancient Egypt. Understandably, the first series, the dual games where I think that's the name of the arc, where they go, it's pretty wild when you watch the beginning and it's like, I'm just going to play 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons because the rules of the game were not developed yet. The whole first series was made when there was no actual rules, there was no actual game, card game around yet. So there was some pretty wild stuff that goes down. amazing. So much development. So many great characters introduced. It really sets this. It is the framework. It is the foundation for GX to stand on. You learn so much about these characters. The duality in someone. It really teaches you a lot about yourself, that you can be a timid, shy boy. But if you let some creepy man into you, you can learn to be strong and amazing. You can help out your friends, even if they are really dumb and only put monster cards in their deck. Joey.
He's from Boston.
My red-eyes black dragon. I love how you think that. Red-eyes black dragon. Joey, there's only monsters in your deck.
Continue, sorry.
It's great. It's got good, amazing fucking different arcs. It even dabbles into something that Sword Art Online will love. They have a virtual reality thing where they go into virtual reality, and I only know it as Noah's Ark because it's Noah Kaiba trying to take over people's, trying to possess people so that these 5 bigwigs possess people and try and come back into the real world. It introduces you to the most iconic cards from Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. Exodia, obviously. Red Eyes Black Dragon. Blue Eyes White Dragon. The most famous, arguably, of all Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Dark Magician. It's great. It's amazing. Also, imagine making we're going to make the second series of anime. This anime is built around this group of ragtag teens trying to save Yugi's granddad. No, let's make it in a school. That's never been done before. Oh, a duel academy. That's original. Also, let's make the new protagonist see card spirits for no reason. It's never explained at all. They take away this amazing, Millennium puzzle. The Millennium items is just amazing. You can't go past this series. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! There is no GX. Sure, it is a great continuation, but if Series 1 ended and finished with the 200 and something episodes, 206 I think it is, we would be happy. That's my closing statement. Why bother?
Okay. Very good. So I think we'll move into a little bit of a free discussion maybe. So I'll kick things off. How about we do a rebuttal? Let's do a rebuttal. Okay. Mad Max Fury Road. Toy Story 3. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. The Dark Knight Rises. Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. What do these things have in common, Tyson? They're better than the original. Now, I have a few things to say.
What are you drawing? Are you writing hieroglyphics?
My notes are much like ancient Egyptian, hard to decipher. Anywho, now you mentioned cheating. You mentioned the rules of the game. Now, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is based around the TCG game Yu-Gi-Oh! Obviously. Trading card game for those not in the lingo. Anyway, it's not my first TCG. Bit of FTK, OTP. Anyway, cheating.
MTG.
Now, Yugi Moto is famously the most corrupt player in the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! Can you deny that fact?
He has the heart of the cards.
No, he has the heart of a cheater.
He has the heart of the cards.
Uses it. Listeners, go out and Google on the device you're listening to this, top 10 times Yugi Moto cheated in Yu-Gi-Oh! And you will find a lot.
You'll probably find 10.
Probably 10. In a list.
Top 10.
I'm guessing by Watch Mojo. Yes, I watched it today. Anywho, Yugi is a cheater. Jaden is a true duelist. He is honourable, he is upstanding, and he's enthusiastic. And he doesn't need some ancient-ass pharaoh coming up all in his business, doing his shit for him.
He's definitely not honourable.
He is.
He's a little prick.
No, he is in the start. But he develops and grows. That's what I say.
They put him on a pedestal because he can miraculously see card spirits.
No one else knows he can see
explained.
There's a few people that can see card spirits. It's fine.
Yeah, they don't come in until there's another person gets introduced. Where I think it's like season
3.
4. Oh, is it 3?
Well, no,
Where you
Chaz.
get the-
Chaz, who, by the
Yeah,
way, I'm
I'm
going to talk about
Chaz.
Chaz. He can see his card spirit of Yama Yellow. So he can see card spirits, but that's because Yama Yellow reveals himself to him. Or Chaz is just cool. But let's talk about Chaz while we're here. Because there is a character archetype in Yu-Gi-Oh! That is used in every series I've seen so far, and that's the spoiled rich kid. We have Senno Kaiba in Yu-Gi-Oh! In GX, we get Chaz. Now, Chaz is an interesting character because he starts off with this snooty rich kid in Obelisk Blue. He's automatically played as the villain and he's Jaden's enemy. And we've seen this before. We see it with Kaiba and we see it with Chaz. These spoiled rich kids who just play big monsters and don't really have like a set kind of strategy. Their main goal is just to get the biggest monster on the field straight away, win the duel, right? Can you argue with that?
No.
Okay. Chaz does that, and Chaz loses. And because of that loss, he goes through a personal journey of growth and change. Oh. If this was a year 10 fucking assignment on Journey, I'd be fucking nailing it. But anyway, Chaz goes on a journey of change where he leaves Duel Academy. He goes to the Arctic Duel Academy. Yes, there is 2 Duel Academies in this world. One is in the Arctic.
Yeah, convenient for everyone.
All his cards fall into the ocean, and in despair, he is saved. And he has to build a deck.
Cards falling in the ocean. That sounds really similar to something I've seen. Oh, yeah,
it fucking
that's right.
happens like 5 times in GX. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, also, Obelisk Blue. What are they piggybacking on? Oh, the Egyptian god cards. Iconic.
We'll get back to that. Put a pin in that because I have a rebuttal. Anywho. Chaz has to build a new deck with new cards, but he can't find these rare, expensive cards that he's used to, these big monsters. So he has to build this hodgepodge deck of just random weak cards. And then he has to fight to get to the top of this new school. So he does 50 duels, and over those 50 duels, which he wins every one of them, he discovers that Duel Monsters isn't about strong monsters. It's about heart. Every card has value. Everything has value in this world. Chaz learned a lesson, Tyson. A lesson that we all need to learn. Value is everywhere. Everyone's important.
It's almost like
journey and change.
A lesson that sort of half-assing lessons that Joey learned about building a deck of not just trying to get the strongest monsters in there, getting in some magic and some trap to make strategy, or almost like kind of half-assing the journey that Seto Kaiba learned, that, you know, being the biggest bad guy isn't the best thing, and to be humble sometimes. It's almost
sometimes. Every one of those changes, Joey's still a dipshit from season 1 to season...
Black Dragon.
He's still a dipshit the whole time. Kaiba is still basically evil the whole time.
No way, he's got Mokoba to take care of.
Love Marco Bar. Anyway,
they're copying. It's the same. They've
but they've done it better.
They've repackaged the same thing.
Joey's so-called enlightenment, knowing that all cards have value. He just learns to build a basic deck. Chaz learns that everything in this world has value, and that just because something's not big, strong, and powerful doesn't mean it's not worth holding on to, Tyson. Can't you see what I'm saying here?
It seems like you're putting a little bit too much into this.
It's almost like I've been chronically depressed for about a week and a half watching Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. Anywho.
It's just the OG really, it sets up this amazing world. It sets up this amazing game. Admittedly, I probably should have set it up before it started.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's the first season, and it's fun, it's cool, it's wacky. I'm going to play all 5 cards of Obelisk Exodia.
The Exalted?
The forbidden one.
No, yeah, okay.
Yeah, of Exodia. Just because, you know, no rules.
No rules.
I'll play 5 cards. I'm going to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with no sacrifices because, you know, no rules. No, but this This is a journey of self-discovery. The pharaoh has to discover who he is, what it means. They discover that Yugi is a bit of a badass. Yugi and the pharaoh get separated at some points. He has to
Yugi has a duel with the pharaoh, right?
Yeah.
That's a sick episode.
That's
so good.
That is the climax, the perfect crescendo to this whole thing that is then ruined by stupid school-based anime. School-based. Why did they... The Duel Academy. It's like, that is such an original idea. Like,
But
all of the other ideas.
In the world, it makes sense. Sento Kaiba set up Duel Academy to hide and base protection on the 3 legendary Egyptian god cards. In the lore, Duel Academy is built on top of the tomb that is containing the 3 great Egyptian god cards. Therefore, he thinks he builds this academy to train strong duelists. You've got security already there, strong duelists to protect the strong cards.
So what a metaphor that really is, that it's like, oh, look at this fantastic base that we created with the OG series. Let's just chuck a shitty little school on top of it.
No.
That'll fix it.
Let's chuck an in-depth, extremely well thought out Duel Academy on there.
Also,
With such rules as you get sorted into your house based on your skill level. Obelisk Blue being the strongest. Ra Yellow being the second strongest. And Slifer Red, the slackers being the weakest. It's a metaphor for this class system that we are struggling by.
They put a hat on top of you. Oh no, wait, that's another series that they've copied some shit from. Harry Potter.
Damn, yeah, fuck.
And they're like, oh, look, there's these different classes and they're different groups, and oh, let's sort people out based on their personality types.
But it's not personality types. It's pure dueling and academic skills. It is a small contained metaphor for what the larger world holds, and it's this oppressive tyranny of strength that is rallying against us, Tyson.
Also, we can't go past the hair.
Okay, yeah. I will,
Yama's hair.
much like the intro, I will give a big old tick for OG for
The
Yu-Gi-Oh!
best hair in all of anime.
Is it though? I mean, it's great.
What's
but
better?
Have you ever seen like photos of people cosplaying and they've tried to do their hair?
Yeah, exactly.
It's fucking great to look at. It's so...
It's like, it's black and red on the tips. Okay, but then
I would say purple.
Yeah. But then it's also got these blonde
Lightning
things.
bolts.
Yeah.
But it's also, the way it's framed is it's two-dimensional. Like, there's no 3D depth to it because it's fanned out.
Yeah. And he turns sideways and it's got this really awkward angle.
It's so bad.
It's the best. And then every fucking protagonist after that has had to have this crazy hair.
Except
Jaden's being the most
Jaden.
lackluster.
No,
he also
it's-
breaks the why. Why are all of their first names beginning with Y?
That changed in the dub, though. His real name is Yuki.
Yuki Jadamoto or something.
Yeah, something like that. But like talking about character designs, like I'll give you Yugi Moto has some of the greatest anime hair ever committed to screen. But like we get characters like Zane Tristale who uses the 3-headed Cyber Dragon, which is an amazing card. We get characters like what's the dude's name? Tyranno Hasselberry, who has a dinosaur bandana and has dinosaur braids and wears a dinosaur tooth necklace.
The guys carrying around a crocodile everywhere.
Yes, Jim, Crocodile Cook. He speaks with an Australian accent.
Yoo-hoo, your beauty.
It's fucking great.
Glad you got to watch it in sub too.
Oh man,
the
just
best.
I'll write that down. I've got to upload a clip of him in the sub. It is hilarious.
Talking about good characters though, Duke Delvin. When I first saw him, I wanted to get my ear pierced and hang a little dice from my ear.
Is that the Dungeon Dice guy?
Yeah.
So is
so
that
cool?
That spin-off couple of episodes, is that in the first season, Dungeon Dice Monsters?
I think that's in Duel City.
I mean, that's got
arc.
to be a negative mark for Yu-Gi-Oh! They didn't have enough faith in their main crux of the show that 2 seasons in they're changing it up with a whole arc based around another game. Like it's It's obviously signs that they had no faith in this.
Yeah, well, it was
Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is
fleshling.
on formula the whole time.
Yeah, it's almost like they have an amazing base to stand on.
Yeah, and they stand higher than the base. 'Cause
Yeah,
they
that's
are
how
better.
bases work.
Yeah.
It would be a pretty terrible base if you stood lower than it. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, probably.
It's like, yeah, here's the foundation, house is underneath it.
Oh, fuck off. Don't come at me with your tradie lingo like foundation and base.
Also, Pegasus.
Maximilian Pegasus.
Maximilian Pegasus.
The worst
Awesome.
character ever made.
But what?
He's so fucking shit.
He's so cool.
Cool.
Toonland, Toon World.
Oh,
Toon
okay. His
World.
cards are cool.
His cards are cool.
His
He's
character
cool too. He's
no,
got a fucking false eyeball. He's trying to revive his dead love.
he is fucking. He's so bad. He's barely in anything, and when he finally, like, admittedly, his deck is cool. And watching him duel Yu-Gi-Oh in the Dual Island arc. Is that the arc called? Definitely not.
It's dual something.
The Island arc, anyway, which is a great arc, by the way. That's the only shining moment he gets, and he's built up to be this mustache twirling villain, and he's just kind of a little bitch.
He's cool.
Yeah, but we get villains in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX like the Shadow Riders.
Yeah, it definitely has a darker tone to it because they realize that more people, like more older people, will be into it. But we have Baccarat in the OG. He's dark as fuck, man, with his little...
Yeah, actually, he is pretty dope. I do like Bakura.
Baccarat.
So, okay, we have kind of been jumping all over the place. Maybe we should do a bit more debating. So, Yu-Gi-Oh is nothing if not the cards, and I think Yu-Gi-Oh GX has better. You said in your opening statement that they have some of the most iconic cards in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I will give you that. Some of the most iconic cards are there, but I think that's just because more people have watched Yu-Gi-Oh than have watched GX. Jaden's deck in GX is some of the funnest cards we ever see committed to Yu-Gi-Oh. The elemental heroes are great.
I hate
Wingman, Basinatrix, Clayman, Sparkman, Bubbleman, Wildheart, Blade Edge. All great. And the main crux of his deck being a fusion deck means it's always leading to interesting and fun combination of cards to win. Where Yu-Gi-Oh, it's always the same boring things. Yu-Gi-Moto is always doing Dark Magician, Swords of Revealing Light, Magical Hats. All the same. Celtic Guardian. Like, his deck seems to be a random hodgepodge. There's no central theme apart from the magicians.
Yeah, it's definitely okay. My deck that I like to deal with is based around the Armor Dragon, which is GX.
Yes, so Armor Dragon level 3, 5, and 7.
7 and
Fucking
10.
sick. Chaz's cards that he wins from the separate Duel Academy, where he learns about the value of cards.
Yeah, I do like. I have a dragon deck. Like, it's almost all dragons. Lord of D is a great card. Comes from the OG series. There are some good ones, but like the effect monsters aren't as good in the OG series because they were more focusing on spell cards and trap cards than that. When you talk about real world application, like so many people are dueling.
Yeah.
When you talk about actually dueling, there are definitely better. GX is the pinnacle of cards because after that you get fucking XYZ like summoning and all of this bullshit.
Yeah, GX is the last bastion of original kind of duel monsters.
Yeah, the good mechanics of it. And they definitely hit a pinnacle. And all of the good cards from the OG series are banned.
Yeah,
Like,
basically they're all
Swords
broken.
of Revealing Light, Swords of Concealing Darkness,
was,
Blood of Greed.
I was watching a FTK Yu-Gi-Oh video today. So that's a first turn kill video. So it's basically decks that is designed to win Yu-Gi-Oh in the first opening hand. and so many of them used, I think like 3 different ones used Catapult Turtle
Yeah.
from the OG. Like apparently it's like the most broken card. Like it was 3 of these FTK decks were using Catapult Turtle.
Summer and I both had FTK hands. Like it just wasn't guaranteed that if you pulled but there was a good chance that mine was. I like to have the Armored Dragon or Troop Dragon or Masked Dragon. Mine were based around so that I could keep something on the board until it came around next turn, and then I could get higher monster, and it was pretty easy for me to stay on there. I fucking love playing this game. I love playing this game.
We should do, so back, man, it would have been, I would have been pretty young, but one of the best Christmas presents I ever received was, this was a great bit of marketing that
Diaries and Dummies?
No, it wasn't Diaries and Dummies. No, it was Duel Monsters and Dingers. One of the great bit of promotions that the company, Toonami? Yeah, Toonami did for Yu-Gi-Oh! Is they released themed decks that you could just buy, so it made shopping for parents shopping for kids so much easier.
Yeah. Because
my parents just asked me what my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh character was, and I said Joey Wheeler, and they just went out and bought me.
Really?
Yeah, it was my favorite character. So they went out and bought me the Joey Wheeler deck. So I had Flame Swordsman, I had
Red Eyes Black Dragon,
I had Baby Dragon, Time Magician, Ancient Dragon. I had the whole shebang. So and that was awesome because I got to emulate the exact deck that I saw on TV. To play against. But that being said, with that deck, I never won a single duel. It was a bad deck. So that was tricky. But when I finally started buying cards for myself and I built my first deck, the first deck I built, similar to Jaden's deck from GX, was a deck built around fusions. Because fusion cards I don't know if that was just homebrew rules, but fusion cards weren't actually in your deck.
No, they're in extra
deck. Yeah, so I just found it interesting that I could build an extra deck and use that alongside my regular deck.
I think it was 30 to 60 in your deck, and I think your extra deck you could have up to 14 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 40 cards per deck for a game now.
They dropped it down.
It's 40, yeah.
It used to be up to 60.
No, it's 40. I actually was looking at it today, and how many life points do you think you have?
4,000.
It's 8,000.
Yeah, sick. That's what we used to do.
Yeah, same.
We would do up to 60, 30 to 60 and 8,000 life points, and there was no banned cards for us. You could only have up to 3 of each card and no bans, which made it so much fun. And Summer had 3 Pot of Greeds.
Wow, that's gross.
I had 3 Dark Holes.
I think I always ran around with 3 Just Desserts.
Yeah, there was no cap on the original deck size, and then there's this guy, I can't remember his name, and did the most successful trolling of Yu-Gi-Oh ever, and came in with I think it was 2,222 card deck.
Wow.
Yeah, that had heaps of based around heaps of cards that got you to go through your deck and find other cards and shuffle and all of that. Yeah, he was part of the judging of it and said it was shitty that there was no maximum deck, so he did this. There's a picture of these 2 dudes with fedoras carrying this huge big deck, they're dressed up like the Blues Brothers over their shoulder, and after that a max card limit came in.
Yeah.
I can't believe we're only 40 cards now.
Yeah, I was maybe I'm wrong here, but yeah,
I thought it was up to 60.
What I was reading was maximum deck size was 40. Maybe that was in the anime. Complete silence while we're Googling.
Yeah, let's not both Google it.
Yeah. Getting back to the cards, the thing that I enjoy most about GX and that there were
60.
60?
40, minimum 40, maximum 60.
Okay. I was wrong. The thing that I enjoy about GX and I think makes it better, that we do admittedly get a few hints of in the original Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's never with the main cast. It's always with side characters and villains, is the idea of a themed deck, a deck built around a specific monster type that has some relation to the the user of the deck.
Yeah, I found that the most fun. I love dragons, always have. I was a kid that got the Dr. Edward Drake's Dragonology books from like Scholastic. I have a mad collection of them.
I've got one in the other room, buddy. I'll show you on the way
love
out.
dragons,
It's
man.
so good.
And I found a lot of success in building a themed deck because you can get specific spell cards that work with like all dragon types or all fiend types or all XYZ.
Yeah.
But Summer, like who I do it against most, his deck. So for anyone who doesn't know, Summer's a friend of mine. It's a friend of the show.
I was going to say, I'm
He's a
friend. I like Summer too. We're friends, I suppose.
Of everyone
Jesus.
friends of everyone on the podcast has dueled John and Flash and
Fucking Josh for sure.
Josh. Yeah. We used to
Summer,
all-
how you doing, bud? God,
Yeah.
I hope you're listening to this.
Yeah, I really hope against all odds that you're listening to this too.
Yeah.
But yeah, his deck was not really built around a specific theme, but I thought that was crap. I loved my dragon deck, and I'm like, yeah, and I could imagine myself in the anime with like the Lord of Decode.
But like the theme decks in GX are so good. Have you watched much GX?
Yeah. Oh, the Australian deck.
Yeah. So
Koala, dude.
Chumley Huffleton, who's a character, it's the best name ever. Who's only in like one season.
Ridiculous. Why do they come up with this ridiculous shit?
It's so great, but he fights with an Australian animal themed deck,
Yeah.
and it's fucking so great.
But again, fusion. There's so much focus on fusion in this.
I mean, this was the era of fusion, but we also get like Hasselberry. He does the dinosaur deck. I mentioned that one before. Jesse Anderson, who's a character that gets introduced into season 3 and is probably the best character throughout the series. He uses these crystal monster cards that are just so cool, and he's kind of paired off with Jaden from the start as his rival / contemporary.
He's
And
like the only one close to his. They only really get people close to Jaden's level in season 3.
yeah, we get
Before
all
that,
these.
everyone else is below him.
We get all these overseas champions. We get Jesse Anderson. We get Axel Brody, who has got this sick like gun dual disc thing. It's fucking wicked. And Jim Crocodile Cook and Adrian Gecko. It's so great. But like all these theme decks we see, we see so many of them. There's like a vampire theme deck. There's a mechanical like Transformers theme deck. There's this sick deck by Bastion, who's in all 3 seasons, but his relevance drops off sharply towards the end, where he's this kind of elemental scientist guy, and all his cards are like base element dragons and stuff like that. Hydreigon,
or whatever it is.
Oxydactyl,
Oxydactyl. or something like that.
and they fuse into Water Dragon.
Yeah,
And it's
the
fucking...
Hydrodon is a great card.
Yeah.
That is another one. Like I used to like the Troop Dragon or Mask Dragon. For like there will be something on your fucking like
Yeah.
on your field for the next turn to sacrifice because
Yeah.
it's just you're like, oh, I'll kill it. Radio, cool. Here's another one.
Yeah.
Fuck. Pegasus, he has a fucking theme deck.
Yeah,
the
one.
tomb theme.
Okay.
May has a theme deck based around the Harpies.
2. Both who aren't main characters.
Yeah. So what? There's a Bug Weevil.
Oh, I
has
fucking...
a bug deck.
That is the best episodes from the island too. That's when... is that the first time you see Skull... Yu-Gi-Oh's Skull Monster?
Summon Skull.
Summon Skull.
Yeah,
oh,
such a-
wicked.
Yeah. I love. Then also Breaking Ground. Shino. I like bugs from fucking Naruto. Tell me that they're not the same thing. Got the stupid little glasses. Both like bugs.
Oh, Naruto
I'm
came
gonna
out
get my
way
ass
before
chewed
this. Fucking so before this. That's fucking insane. But like as I said, all those great theme decks are not like there's even a dinosaur kid in there.
Yeah, there is.
Who's not a main character. None of the main characters have cool, interesting theme decks. And Yugi, Jaden's deck in GX, it goes from elemental heroes and then pivots into a new kind of alien deck because there's this whole subplot that he won a competition when he was young through Kybercorp to make his own cards,
and then shoot them into
space, and then they
So
turned into real
dumb.
cards.
They're
No, it's
so
fucking
dumb.
cool.
And then they got
Yu-Gi-Oh's possessed by an ancient pharaoh, okay?
yeah. So
Dumb. It's dumb.
No, it's not.
Cards going into space and coming back as real life things. Smart. Big brain stuff.
It's
Only
definitely
wrinkles on brains that come up with that
not.
stuff.
No way, that's so smooth.
Fuck
Brady.
off.
Like, oh, and then he showed you these shitty little cards that he hand drew into space because Seto Kaiba. It's like, it's so, all of their shit is so dumb. School sees card spirits, cards shot into space.
Yeah.
Some dude carries around a living crocodile everywhere he goes.
Yeah, he's
What is
Australian.
this?
It's what we do, cunt. It's fucking what we do.
Just want to give a little shout out to a YouTube channel, Melon T, for giving me good.
Is that the Australian chick?
Person.
Is it a chick?
I don't know. I would just say
They're
because
definitely Australian, though.
person.
Yeah.
I
I
would not
fucking
assume
watched
anything.
so much of their channel
Yeah,
too.
they have
massive shout out.
Very good stuff. Yeah.
Very good. I'm
Sorry
gotta
if
hit them.
Philip
Misgendered.
you.
Yeah, again, my bad. Hands down, gotta hit them up to see if they can come on.
Because they had such a depth of knowledge when I was going through. There was a couple channels that I went through, but that was a really good one. Their one was really good too. Like,
Yeah.
help bring back some stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, so we should probably. How many episodes of OG Yu-Gi-Oh did you watch for this?
For this,
Yeah. Or
broken up, probably like 30.
yeah.
Broken up,
So I
start to finish.
I binged through a bunch of GX because it's so available.
Yeah,
It's all on YouTube. It's fucking.
I have a VHS of this.
I've got DVDs like right up there actually of Yu-Gi-Oh. But like I watched like 60 to 80 episodes of GX broken up over the 3 seasons.
Yeah.
I had seen it all before, but I watched a lot more subbed than I have ever before.
Yeah, because you're not able to read, so that's interesting.
I can read, thank you. No, I'm fucking
really fast.
no fuck is. I just because I like dub doesn't mean I can't fucking read.
Believe it. Why would you like dub? It's
Dub's
trash.
fine. It's so fine. It's fine. There are very few dubs that are that bad that you have to watch the sub. Most dubs are fine.
No way, they're terrible. And just like Melon T pointed out, the dubbing is terrible.
Oh, the
Just
dubbing
like
Yu-Gi-Oh
dubbing
is
that
fucking
they did
bad.
Of Pokemon is terrible, which I'm
It's for all 4Kids, man.
Yeah.
4Kids are fucking
Which I
monsters.
currently watch every single night to go to sleep to, the Pokemon Indigo series.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
You're rewatching?
Yeah, like I've been rewatching it since it came on Netflix.
Fuck yes,
Yeah,
brother.
that's what I go to
So
sleep
good.
to.
So good.
But yeah, how they call the rice balls donuts. Like,
Oh.
donuts. And it's just such lazy dubbing, which really is what really gets it for me. They've so much epic stuff put into dialogue, as you know, with like GX. So much put into dialogue that then they just like shit all over with this lazy dubbing.
Yeah, well, like GX is notoriously rated as one of the worst seasons of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it's
Yeah.
always been a bit of a thorn in my side because when I first watched GX, I was immediately enamored with it. I fucking loved it, and I couldn't understand why people hated it. And when we started doing research for this episode, and I watched a few, well, mainly when I watched that first big chunk of like 20 episodes from season 1, I was like, yeah, no, I kind of get it now. It is kind of shitty. And then Tyson just handed me 2 very, very fucked looking Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but it is a Red Eyes Black Dragon and a Blue Eyes White Dragon.
In my wallet all of the time.
Very nice.
Yeah, they're fucked, and it's so funny because then like this one's first edition.
Yeah,
too.
they'd
They're
actually
like-
be worth some money.
They would have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I carry these 2 all of the time to keep the heart of my cards close by me, as
Oh,
well as
fuck the heart
a
of my-
get out of jail free card.
Free card?
And Ace of Spades. Just.
Fucking hell.
But if we're talking about cards, sure, in the game, you got some better cards in GX, some less broken ones too. But if we're talking about cool ass shit, OG all the fucking way.
Okay. No, though, because...
All right.
Okay, admittedly, Blue Eyes White Dragon, dope. 3 eyes, 3-head Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon.
Thank you. Fucking wow.
Red Eyes Black Dragon.
That's fine.
Jinzo.
Jinzo's fucking
Magician.
shit. But like Dark Magician, really cool cards. But like in GX, we get Elemental Hero Flame Wingman,
Elemental Hero, Nails, Element. H for Hero cards. The like
Rainbow Dragon.
is admittedly a bit cool. I
Yeah.
guess I skew more towards the dragons.
Cyber
And you
dragon.
and you get
Water dragon.
fire dragon. You get armor dragons as well too.
But no, even say disregarding the
Egyptian god
dragons.
cards will fuck them up. Obelisk will fuck them up.
You get really cool cards like or you get a lot of play with Winged Karibo, which is a really great. No, Winged Karibo is fucking cute as shit. Oh. It's fucking it's such a it's gonna be such a stamp. Okay, if we'll move on from cards because we've been fucking banging on about cards. Okay. Now, I think any good show comes down to characters. Outside of the main characters, who would you put forward in Yu-Gi-Oh! OG as a shining example of good character work?
Mokuba.
So that's Kaiba's younger brother.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Mokuba is cool and like he gets shat on by his older brother, which like sucks for him, but he tries and he's such a sweetheart. He's
a little rapscallion, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a little sweetie. Bakura or Bokura,
Bakura.
Bakura.
Yeah.
Bakura is fucking epic.
Really
man.
sinister too. I'll give you that.
epic.
He's so fucking sinister.
Yeah. Yu's uncle or grandpa. Sorry, he's really cool. Poor bastard gets trapped. All of the cool stuff you get to like get through the Pharaoh. All of this like fleshing out. I don't really like when he starts to become an actual main character rather than just a device through which Yugi's story is told. There's a lot of really cool stuff that you learn through all of that.
Yeah, and I'll give you that all the characters you just mentioned there are really fun and interesting, but my one rebuttal would be you have two of the most bland, boring main characters who are saddled with the main crew the whole time.
What, Tristan and
fucking put a bullet through my brain.
Yeah,
Fuck,
so
they're boring and
one-dimensional.
vanilla. Look, GX has its boring and vanilla characters, but it changes and grows and phases those characters out. Yeah, admittedly, the season one roster of Jaden, Cyrus, Alexis, Chaz, Bastion is pretty shit.
Whenever you say Chaz, reminds me of, have you watched Disenchantment?
The first 40 minutes.
Oh, okay. There's a character in there. Chaz. And
that show does not get good, I've heard. It's fucking bad.
no, I know. Yeah, I'm lost into it.
But those characters that we get in the first season, they're not as interesting. They're kind of bland and boring.
Yeah.
If it was original Yu-Gi-Oh, we would have been saddled with them for the whole series, like we are with Tristan. But no, we grow and change, and we get Hasselberry. We get
What is the crocodile's name again?
It's weird because it has two names. In the dub, it's Shirley, but in the sub, I'm pretty sure it's Karen.
Yeah, it is. It's Karen.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
We get, Jim Crocodile Cook, who we've mentioned. We get Adrian Geeko. Like, we get these fun, interesting characters that are crazy designed, crazy decks, crazy accents for most of them. And GX gives us an interesting cast. Admittedly, you have to slog through the first season, which I just want to illustrate is fucking not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
But it is...
I don't think...
It is the groundwork for 3 amazing seasons of TV. Season 2, 3, and 4 are spectacular.
They don't really have good first seasons in Yu-Gi-Oh! Notoriously.
No, well, I mean, okay, are we talking season 1 of Yu-Gi-Oh! Or are we talking season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh? Did you know about season 0 of Yu-Gi-Oh?
Oh, what, when they have like playing cards?
Yeah, so based off the manga made in like the early 90s, like 8 years before the original Yu-Gi-Oh came out, or before Yu-Gi-Oh came out.
Yeah.
And it's just like fucking 4 kids that are real good at gambling and just gambling a bunch of different games. It's great.
Yeah.
Go out and give it a watch. It's fucking fantastic.
No.
Okay, so do we have any closing statements?
Well, my closing statement is I thought I had this in the bag, to be honest. I really, really did.
You came in cocky, I'll give you that.
Yeah, I really, really did. Confidence is what makes it, I guess. But no, you've raised some very good points. I don't want to concede, but you have raised some really good points. I will say the fact that the the iconicness of these cards. If you show someone Armored Dragon level 5 or Hydreigon or fucking Neo Elemental Hero Neos, they're like, oh, okay. If you show them Blue Eyes White Dragon, like, oh, that's that game with the with the kid with the weird lightning hair.
It's time to debate.
Yes. I think the fact that it is the OG makes it better. If we're talking about the nostalgia value, the aesthetics of it, the tugging on your heartstrings, which I guess is still nostalgia. The way it looks, sounds, feels, it's so cool. It was not like anything we'd seen before. There's nothing like it. And then GX came in and just recycled a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay. I will again. I don't want to concede to you. You have made some very good points, and I will give it to you that the iconicness of the original series has definitely penetrated through. And if it wasn't for the original series, we'll have nothing for GX and subsequent series to build off. And the original series does have a certain charm about it, and we didn't really get into the animation look, but the original series is a beautiful snapshot of early 2000s animation. It's fucking beautiful. But and I've mentioned this before, like repeatedly, GX is a journey. It is way more of a development and a growth of characters in a series where the dueling is front and center, but the character development is the driving force. And I think GX it's the sequel that outshines the original while paying homage. And yes, it is recycled from the original, but much like modern day technology, we recycle the old into new, and the new is not necessarily better than the old, but it is new.
You mentioned Terminator 2. You can't have Terminator 3 without Terminator 2.
You can't.
You watch Mad Max Fury Road. You can watch that without watching the OG. You could erase Yu-Gi-Oh! GX from existence and flow straight on, and you wouldn't notice it was gone. There's nothing quintessential about that. It can't stand on its own, and it can be gone, and it doesn't support anything afterwards.
Yes, but isn't the very nature of its futility, the fact that it slips through our hands like moments in time, like this very moment, Tyson, the fact that it is not grounded in this universe, the fact that it needs not exist but does, its perseverance through the futility of its own existence is what makes it something. We should probably end on closing statements there, buddy. It's been an absolute ripper of a podcast. Neither of one of us will concede. We'll leave it there. Join us for March Madness as we kick on. It's going to be absolutely fun. Check out the socials. It's been an absolute ripper to get you here, Tayo.
Yeah, it's always fun coming in, man.
Check us out on Lords of Dorktown at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. You can email the pod at lordsofdorktown@gmail.com. And
Tell us who won.
Yeah, man, hit us up. Let us know who won. Which is it, OG or GX? Let us know. You want to sign us off, Tayo?
Radio, stay dorky.
You.